Yushen.
Hi, I'm Jing Kai.
And we are the Heart Connectors from National Heart Centre Singapore.
Welcome to the first episode of A Good Life Journey. Hey Yushen, let me ask you, what does a good life journey look like for you?
For me, it's about eating good food, having enough sleep, and most importantly, to spend time with my loved ones like my family and friends.
Well, I think those are important. Then, what do you think is a good life for our patients?
For our patients, I believe that a good life is more than just management of their health. And just like you and me, they are also working towards what matters to them.
In this series, we'll be inviting patients to share with us their journeys and experiences and what truly matters to them.
So today, let's hear from our patients, Mr. Effendi and Miss Asri. Let's go! Let's go!
You are listening to the Good Life Podcast.
So when let's say when you have heart failure and when you have pulmonary arterial hypertension, right? Like when did this all started for the both of you?
Okay. All along, I know I've been to heart center and they do the echo, and then they will say certain numbers. I was like, okay. And then when they do again, they say, oh, the numbers sometimes go up, sometimes go down, and so on. But I think the worst one was in the hospital when I was still having the cough.
Yeah.
So then that's where they're trying to figure out what is wrong because the cough was very persistent. So eventually they say the heart is not strong enough to pump out the water out from the lungs. And that's when I asked, okay, so what is it? It's like, they say, oh, we do echo. Then they say, oh, it's less than 30% and stuff. Then I was like, what does that mean? Right? I mean, you can give any number. But interestingly, the director will say, you know what you should do now? You should write a will. Oh, that was when you're like, okay, this is serious.
Yeah.
It's like not a joke already.
Yeah, it's like, you know, because all the while it's 40%, 35%. Or, yeah, but when the doctor go the round and then they say,
Yeah, but physically, actually, when they mentioned that number, like, or rather that diagnosis, was it something that you felt like, oh, but or is it more like a mental, emotional kind?
it take a while to absorb. So when the director told me that, he says, I'm serious, I think for your case is to write a will. But then it's trying to tell me, it's like, you know, if anything, I mean, anything could happen, right? If you do not take care. Meaning, you do not want to be in a position where if anything that could happen to you, because on the higher risk, if you do not have a will, it will be very difficult for your family members to
Right.
through. So it's to give you the preparation that for people in your case, it could actually just collapse. It can be anything can happen, right? So that's when like say, okay, so what do I want to do? And of course, I'm being very bold. I asked,
Best question.
yeah. Then I just what the heck just asked. So how long? I said how long? I give you 5. Is that enough?
5 years?
Yeah.
5 years.
Okay.
And I said, okay. So at least the first thing you know, you got, I mean, let's put it on the table, 5 years. You need to do this. Okay, let's see what can be done.
Okay, so this 20% thing that the doctor diagnosed, right? They told you which year?
Last year?
Last year?
Just last year.
Yeah, so you 5 minus 1, 4.
Countdown.
It's not a countdown, right? But I mean, I guess it's more like,
No, it's about a change.
Yes.
So then that's where she came in. I don't know, suddenly she appeared, but it was like,
it's like I can sense.
like,
Appear out of nowhere, the pictures.
like what?
It's like, hello, Mr. Effendi. Do you know why I'm
You know, the moment a social worker comes to you, you know it's something more serious. That needs a bit more coaching. Okay, let's see. Okay, but I think one of the very good advice was she gave is really to slow down. If you want to slow down the effects of what causes it to really decline, is to start to slow down. And one of the things that she actually, I was quite surprised, she said, do you need me to go to your office to tell them that?
Yeah.
To kind of like put you in a slow down position so that you are able to kind of like heal
Assimilate,
better
lah.
and cope better. And so it took me a while. So eventually I just wrote a letter to my director. Surprisingly, they were so supportive and they say we will cut you off from all the projects.
Yeah, actually, my intention when I said that, right, like because I don't come in like telling people like, hey, you want me to go find your
Boss.
who is the boss, hi.
Yeah.
Bang.
No, but it's always because I mean I saw how you went through it, and when the doctors like talk to you about it, right, I think because I can sense from you that like, hey, how true is this also, right?
Yeah.
But on the other hand, like what I picked up was there's a part of you that wanted things to change. It's just you don't really know what was the push factor for you to start this process.
Correct.
Yeah.
Because I think it's natural. I mean, if you are a head of family, your father, work is your priority, right? You need to keep your job in order to protect and to get your family going. So you cannot just tell, okay, I'm going to quit. Then what? Right? I mean, if you don't have a family, it's a different factor. You have a different thing. You have a family, you say you quit, everything just collapse. So you can't do that. Yeah. So I guess that's what transpired me to just write in. I said, okay, that's like whatever gonna happen, and just write in.
So that's where I think for you, when you started this journey, when a health actually came in, for you it took a while for you to really internalize and understand that okay, what I had been having the thoughts at the back of my mind, like maybe it's time I should act on it. Maybe I should step
Correct.
up and focus on myself.
Yeah, it is really to kind of like, it's now not about sprinting, it's about how can you sustain it as long as you can, right?
And I imagine that it takes quite a bit of time before you come to this realization.
No, because they refused to discharge me, so that gives me, because of some blood tests, they say they are still not too happy with the blood test. So
As in low blood count or something.
no, the potassium level is too high. So they say we cannot release you because heart failure with high potassium is like a very nice formula. So they say no, because all you need is just collapse and go. So they say no, we're not going to do this. So yeah, so I think I took a bit more time in the hospital. So
Actually, you know, when you're in the hospital, as you're looking out at the ceiling, right? Then having the doctors tell you now you have an
no lah,
expiration
watch
date.
TikTok.
Oh, TikTok.
Happy got phones, no more TVs in the world.
Yeah, but I was just wondering, you know, what went through your mind? You know, like I believe it must have been a big hit on you.
45 and then diagnosed with all this.
Yeah.
With
50.
50.
Young.
Thank you for -7. It was my birthday yesterday. So anyway,
Happy birthday!
Actually, I sound like we need a happy birthday afterward.
Every New Year is a special year now.
Yeah.
no, I think it does, but because I was on dialysis since 2000, so it's already one. You already know that you already have in that journey, but because you know people who are on dialysis do survive 20 to 30 years and so on. So before it's like, but yeah, then the heart comes in. It's like, oh, okay.
Oh, okay, another banger.
It's like, okay, this one is serious. This one is, I know, it keep on declining. So yeah. So the slowdown actually did help.
I mean, actually, I'm also quite curious for us three because you're actually on the younger side, right? As a patient. Yeah.
I mean, I was diagnosed when I was 26. So, 26 I was peak career. And then I was really like on track for managerial positions and stuff. Then it really took a hit on my self-esteem, my finances, my mental state, emotional, everything. My family also is not on the hold your hand, it's really like tough love. So I had
to sayang you.
no, it's like because they also are like
Get up.
they're also stunned. Like, how am I supposed to deal with this? You know, it's not for everyone. It's one thing for you to be sick, and then it's another thing for your family to take care of you. And then they don't know if or how to best care for you. Yeah, because only you know how much pain you are in. Only you know how much trouble or what you need or what you have to do. Yeah, in my case, it's not just medication like orals, but also intravenous. So I have to clean the wound, dressing and everything. So that's like usually a nurse's specialty, right? To clean, dressing, everything. How do you expect that of your mother?
Yeah.
You know, how do you expect that of your brother? Yeah. So in the end, it's like, okay, I have to do myself. Even if they are willing to help, in the end of the day, it really is like you only have yourself.
Wow.
Yeah. Then, because pulmonary arterial hypertension, pulmonary is lungs, arterial is main artery, and hypertension is heart related, right? So, my case, my disease is the blood vessel narrow in the lungs.
Oh, okay.
And then the blood pressure doesn't go through, right, the lungs. So it backpedals into the heart, dilating my heart. So my heart is healthy, but also kena. Yeah. So all people who are going through cardio disease, I sort of can relate because the edema sets in, the swelling, the bloating, the fatigue, right? And then sometimes the dizzying and all this. So it's a lot of things to balance. You have to balance your medication to make your body as comfortable as you can be. And then at mental state, I'm not married or I only have my family, right? So my responsibilities are not like maybe Mr. Effendi with kids and
But I guess it's still the same. As a child or as a daughter, you always feel that it's time for me to take care of my mother. It's not like, they have to care for me. That you cannot run away because
I think because now I've already reached that stage whereby everyone is okay.
yes, but at that moment,
The beginning was yes like that.
because you know that no matter how, you know that I'm the one to care for them, not they care for me, right?
Because my mother said, right, death is not guaranteed.
I know, yes.
Yeah. So when she said it's okay, just focus on yourself, the sense of relief. Because you hope to care for your parents when you're old. But then I might not make it. And then which parent have to bury their kids first? No parent should go through that.
It's like a bit, you don't want to disappoint them, like.
Bittersweet. Bittersweet. Because I was also like, at the peak, I was really like planning everything. Yeah, so like the derailment, the disappointment. So you really like have to pick yourself up. Pick up the pieces. Try to mend what you can, where you can. Yeah, then try to figure out how to go about.
On the next episode of the Good Life podcast.
The moment you're slowing down, you don't really care about promotion.
No, you don't care about money.
You know you have something to sustain, that's enough.
Yeah.
You don't care about promotion, you don't care about increment, you don't really bothered by how much bonus you get or...
People angry lah.
Okay, move on.
You are listening to the Good Life podcast.